Okay, welcome everyone on this last day of the year. We are doing ahead the Mishna Yomis for Erev Yom Tov, and that so we're starting to get ahead. So we could already remind everybody not to forget to make an Erev Tavshilin. That's an extra mitzvah that you can chaperein before the new year. The mitzvah of Erev Tavshilin, and remember. There is tomorrow a voluntary fast. Reb Chaim Kanievsky says that the fast is a very, very effective one, and it can be mechaper a third of the year's sins. Now I would say that's well worthy of not eating. I don't know any tomahawk steak that's worth a third of a person's sins. So. It would help to do tshuva, yes, but even so, it gives you an extra forgiving factor. Even if we do tshuva, Hashem has to forgive us. Now, we are sponsored by the Fisher family, Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain. We're also sponsored Nishmas David ben Chaim, Lefu Shalem Perel Yom Esha ben Chayei Sarah, Eschos of Avram ben Yom Benish ben Malki Yudis and family. We learn now the first Mishna, and also by Yoel Klugman and family of Fush Shalema for Meir ben Chayei Sarah, the first Mishnah in the fourth parak. Now, in order to understand this Mishnah, we have to know that when I buy something from Shelley and I give him money, I don't acquire. Let's say I'm buying a chess set from Shelley, right? So I buy a chess set from Shelley, and Shelley, you're already in trouble. After just 4 moves, if I buy a chess set from Shelley and I give him the $200 for the Staunton chess set, I don't acquire it yet. I have to make a kinyan. I have to make either Mashicha if it's a heavy set, or Hagvah if it's a light set, right? The reason for this is because we don't want that if there's a fire and I acquire it with money and the chess set is still by Shelley, he won't bother to save it because it's not his. So therefore, I don't acquire it until I bring it into my possession. Now, if there is a transaction where both things seem to be a type of currency, the one that's less liquid is considered the commodity, like the chess set, and the one that pulls the less liquid item makes the kinyan binding. And for example, if let's say I'm giving Shelley $500 for a golden coin. So the golden coin is the item that I have to do Hagvah on, and when I do Hagvah on the golden item, then Shelley gets the money. If I give Shelley the money, the deal is not yet binding, because remember the Mashicha or the Hagvah has to be done on the item, not on the money. So therefore, we always have to identify which is the commodity and which is the money. So Hazov Koines HaKesef. When I make Hagvah on the golden coin, Shelley gets the money. But Vakesef, if I give Shelley the money, Ein Koines Hazov. It's not binding yet for the golden coin because I have to make a Hagvah on the golden coin. Similarly, when it's a question of copper and silver, the silver is the money and the copper is the commodity. So Hanechosh is Koines HaKesef. If I make a kinyan on the copper, then Shelley gets the money. But vakesef, if I pay Shelley the money, ain't a kindness. The deal is not binding yet on the capper because the capper is the commodity, and I have to make a hagva on the commodity. Mois harois. Let's say there are coins that are not liquid. The country took these type of coins out of currency. Let's say they stopped using the penny. They decided the penny is not worth anything, and they took it out of currency. So if I buy from Shelley 1,000 pennies, so the pennies are the item, like the chair said, while Mois harois, kindness as a yafis. When I make a kinyan on the pennies, it acquires the good money, the liquid money. Vayafis, but by giving Shelley the liquid money, and in kindness as a rise, I don't acquire the pennies because I have to make a kinyan, a meshicha on the 1,000 pennies. Similarly, asimon is a blank, a slug. It's a coin that doesn't have an imprint on it yet, so it's not liquid. So it's the commodity. Asimon kindness amatbeya. When I acquire the blank, then Shelley automatically gets the coins, the money. Vamatbeya, but the coin, if I give Shelley the money, ain't a kindness asimain. I don't acquire the blanks because I have to make a meshicha on the blanks. Mitaltalin kindness amatbeya, like that's the first case we had. When I make a kinyan on the chess set, Shelley gets the money. But vamatbeya, if I give him the money, ain't a kindness mitaltalin, I don't get the chess set. Ze'aklal. This is the general principle that kol mitaltalin kainin zeh. If Shelley likes pianos, so I am trading him a piano for an old car. In that case, when one of us makes the kinyan on that which we are bartering, automatically the other one gets the item that he's bartering for. So therefore, if Shelley makes a kinyan on the piano, I get the car. If I make a kinyan on the car, Shelley gets the piano. Look at how his mouth waters. Ketzad. Now let's get more details over here. Mosha chemenu peirus. If I make meshicha on a bushel of fruit, v'loy nasan loy mois, I didn't get given the money yet, einu yochel achzabay. We can't retract. Because as soon as I make a kinyan on the fruit, I acquire it, and then I'm mechuyev to give him the money. Nasim loy mais, but if I pay him the money, v'loy mashach emena peris, but I didn't pull the fruit, yachal azabay, we could retract. However, if he gave me the word, his word, to sell me the fruit, aval amru mi shepara me anshe daram abel, he who punished the people of the Dar Mabel, the generation of the flood, umidara flug, and the generation of dispersion, who asidli para, he will punish mimisha eino emid b'diburai, from somebody who doesn't keep the deal. Reb Shimon says, well, there is a case where if I give Shelley the money, then it's binding. Why? What's the case? Where let's say Shelley rented for me an apartment, and the fruit is in the apartment that he rented for me. Now remember, we said the reason why money doesn't acquire is because we're worried that Shelley will, if there's a fire, won't save my fruit. But here in this case, there's no worry, because since it's my apartment, I'm going to come and save it anyway. So in such a case, Reb Shimon holds that if the money was given over, kol she'akesef biyadei, once I pay Shelley, yadei al yaina, and the deal is solid, because the money would acquire in that case, because you don't need the protection that I have to make Mashiach, otherwise if there's a fire, Shelley won't save it, because since it's my apartment, I'm going to come and get it anyway to save my apartment. However, the halacha is not like Reb Shimon. As I said, this is not the easiest of Mishnayos. This is the reason why Hazav and Ezo and Neshech are from the hardest prakim in Shas. we again want to take the opportunity to wish everybody a ksiva v'chasima taiva u'masuka. So by the way, watch out everybody for tomorrow. There will be a for the Shabbos table done sometime before Rosh Hashanah, so keep your eyes out for that. And have a good Yom Tov, a meaningful one, and it should be a good year for all of us.